Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to walk through some of the eRev building validations. First validation rules eRev has is the date you entered for delivery event, billing event, or contract model event has to be in a valid format. So eRev and quite frankly for any revenue recognition systems, the date of the event is very important because deliveries before the contract mod versus delivery after the contract mod, the impact to revenue recognition will certainly be different. That's why the date is very crucial for any revenue systems out there, including eRev. Um, as an example, if I want to load a delivery event and enter an invalid format as 2023 October day 55, and if I hit OK, eRev will reject my file and say it's an invalid data format. Please enter valid data instead. So this is the very basic data validations eRev has, and that applies to delivery and billing and also contract modifications. If you recall previously, we have already fully delivered our contract. As a proof, let's view our latest contract status. So if I go to the current quantity remaining, I should see all the current quantities is 0 for all of the contracts we have. And eRev has the built-in validations that you cannot deliver more than what your contract has. So this is to prevent excess PO scenario in a lot of companies where you only contracted 100 quantities, for example, but all of a sudden you delivered 120, and then your revenue recognition is wrong. So eRev has the built-in functionalities to limit your delivery up to the quantities of your contract you set up. And if you truly deliver 120, that actually means you have additional 20 quantities for contract modifications that you have not yet entered, right? So since last time we already did the full delivery, and this time let me try to deliver additional quantities again and see whether eRev will prevent me from delivering more quantities than the contract has. So I will enter a valid date this time, say November 1st. And you see eRev almost instantly detect quantity or billing loaded are greater than the remaining of the POBs. Check your upload, please. And this is one of the important validations eRev has. And you can always easily to go back to your file and fix the file and re-upload again. So one thing to note, the validations is not just limited to the quantity. So if you are trying to load the billings more than your contract has, the same validation rule applies as well. And eRev will tell you, no, something is wrong. You're basically overbill more than what your contract has. So please fix your file first or process contract modification first. And in terms of modifications, modification also has built-in validation rules. So when you process the modifications, you definitely cannot reduce your actual POB's quantity to negative because that is simply not possible in real life. So for example, let's try now for all of our contract or remaining quantity is 0, right? And now let's try to further reduce that quantity 0 to a negative quantity by trying to process a retrospective POB reduction. And this time we will see how eRev will react. And I will enter a valid date again as November 15th. And say eRev again, almost instantly detected quantity or price modified cannot reduce the remaining quantity or remaining billing to negative. Check your uploads, please. So this validation applies to the remaining quantity as well as the remaining billing. So when you process the contract modifications, the system will not let you reduce your remaining quantity and remaining balance below or less than 0. And this is the way system makes sure the correct control modification is done. With this, and I will leave it to you to discover some of the other validation rules built in eRev as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions in some of the user forums we created for eRev in LinkedIn, Discord, as well as YouTube videos like this one. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.